So this becomes all this noise that's in between here doesn't matter. So in this moment, if you were in this trade, you would simply be asking yourself a couple questions only. You would say, okay, first off, can we back attack this valley right here? First and foremost, can we back attack the valley to start an uptrend? Yes, we can. Once we back attack this valley and we reject, there's one other event that has to happen. The next event that has to happen is you have to come here and find the fractal leg of the move, which is, I know it's in here just based on the way the candles look. I don't have to break my time frames down. I've done this enough times that I can see that one of the, it's going to be in here somewhere, because actually I know that if this is a big wick up here in this candle before the drop that starts the leg, I know there's going to be some kind of fall down, come back up on this candle to create that final valley right there before this peak leg happens. So I know just based on the way this candle looks right here, that it's actually going to be this one right here. At this point, all you're simply saying is, if we can hold this move, we can continue to move up. If you cannot hold this move, you will be back attacking the leg to break the move right here. See how that level is holding and it's constantly attacking this valley? This becomes a constant capital reinjection point, because this is where the move will hold. And if this cannot hold, the move is done. This actually doesn't even technically exist to us. We don't even actually care about that, other than to know that that's going to invalidate our ladder. Because at this point, when this gets hit, we're not looking to take entry there, because technically we've stopped laddering up. So somewhere fractally in this chart, you have lost your whatever trend by back attacking this leg. You have lost that trend. So the leg that doesn't matter. These legs of the moves that people like to target. That's why it's so important to back attack that leg, right? Because you're back attacking that to move up, to exit some kind of distribution cycle that's happening, right? There's this distribution cycle that's bringing you out like this. You're back attacking that to break distribution, to enter accumulation. Well, you'd be doing the exact same thing here. Pretend like this was the downtrend that you were trying to break, right? It's the exact same thing, right? You'd be targeting the exact same level without any reservation, because that's how you end accumulation distribution. So even on a micro time sense, that's the same thing you are doing here when you're making these trends, right? You have this leg of the move here, and if you have back attack to this leg, all you've done, right? Let's kind of do something a little different here. Let's how would we do this? All you've done is fail to hold an uptrend, right? So when you back attack that leg, you actually are still just unable to continue accumulation in this sense, or in reality here, when we flip the chart back to the normal side, this event, actually take it off your chart, because we need to understand why that is important conceptually, because we need to know that that's not a point where we're injecting money. We need to know that's not a point where we are looking to take a position. That's not a point where we are looking to enter this thing on. Rather, we have these valleys that we need to attack, and they are break levels for that reason, because they are confirming the ending of accumulation or distribution. In the case where you attack this here, you are confirming that distribution is still happening on a larger ladder like this. When you go to a weekly or a daily chart, what are we on the 4 hour? When you go to a weekly or a daily chart, you are just confirming a bigger ladder, right? Which is just not breaking a larger trend. So it's very important to know that the events on this chart are very specific in their nature. And if we continue to hold this hold level, we will eventually move up, because we will break trend. And that's why you see these levels, they get held for a long time before they end up giving out and breaking. Like this. I'm just using any swing here. This is not the right swing, like this. But it's irrelevant. It's just to communicate a point, which is like this, right? So what is this starting to look like? Right? This is starting to look like a accumulation cycle forming over the arc of a move. See? Which is back attacking its next level. Or in this case, the hold level to continue its move down on a larger time frame. You see, so actually, it actually just back attacked a hold level. So I would actually expect this to go down now, or a hold level here, which may have been a target from back here. I would actually expect fuel to go down now. See? right back down to its hold level because it couldn't attack the leg of the move. So on a larger time frame, all it's doing is failing some other bigger event, right? So we can kind of even get rid of this one. We don't need to know. Well, okay, well, fine, whatever. We'll leave it for now. So anyways, the point being is that you notice how it specifically attacks this level again because it's trying to hold the move. And when that breaks, it's distribution, right? Like you're breaking the ladder of the move. You see? That event, the fact that we never touched this wasn't important. This doesn't even need to exist to us. The only thing that needs to exist is if we can hold this move or not, continuing a long-term uptrend. So now what do we have? We just have a longer downtrend ladder, actually. We even have this here, followed by the valley that gets us here like this. Fractally, it would be right there. This would be the valley, peak, sorry, that is happening before the valley. So this would be probably your daily inverse level here, or your daily hold level. It's going to hold the move down, and then continuing on and on and on through every single part of this move, right? You're going to have hold levels and break levels all the way through, right? As to where you need to actually see which event is being true. Right? Or even fractally. Again, you can only do so much with the fractal information, but this could be the peak that held that valley downtrend, right? Can even recreate it here on a smaller time sense. You could just constantly recreate this same situation to see where the peak in the valley gets broken and hit. Okay, so now we are fractally breaking the larger parts of the move, right? That's good. Which is now right here, right? So that's the peak that holds the valley. So this could be just showing you further distribution. See? Further distribution because of the hold level. Notice how when you back attack the leg of the move, what happens? This is where you see the big pump, right? The big pump is to where you have the valleys and the hold levels that are holding these moves back, right? So you can see the big pump here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, well, fine. We can use the inverse level here, and then we can mark the actual valley here, because that would be the inverse on the next valley there, right there. And this would be the inverse on the next valley. So you actually blow through this leg of the move and target the inverse on the next valley. So you know that this can't be attacked up here. Like this is not going to be attacked up here unless you were to come back and hold this. This will be the kind of the first point where you would hold versus what you were going to break on the move, right? Because what is one thing on one side is another on the other side. This would be the fractal right there. You have some really greedy players who will actually hold this level here, which is fine. That's the decision that people who are playing this game are making, right? Okay, back attacks the leg. Good. You see, it's the hold level, and then if we can simply come back and hold this. Let's delete everything else that's not relevant right now. That's not relevant. This stuff back here is not relevant now because it's no longer a part of the move. You have a hold and a break level like that. And this is gone. And it actually breaks the move. And it's as simple as that. The move is over. It actually tried to hold this part of the move at first and then simply just broke down through its leg. So next up, hold move right here, right? See if it can hold the larger part of the move. Good. Back attacks the leg again. Right. The important event here is always to understand that this leg down here doesn't really matter. It matters to know where the level is, but this becomes points where the moves are breaking. These hold levels, these valleys that bring us to this is what's validating uptrends, right? These hold levels, you'd have one right here. See, so this valley is holding this part of the move up, right? As to where the next part of this valley would be right here, holding that part of the move. You see how this level is holding? It's never invalidating the ladder. Like you could go and mark out every single leg of the move. It's not going to do you anything but show you where the move is failing, which already happened. So it means you were in the trade way too long, right? You could have this leg here. You would have this leg here. You would now have this leg here, right? So all you're doing is invalidating the move when you hit these legs, right? Let's go here, take this. This has to hold right here. This is the valley that's protecting this peak right here, and so forth and so forth and so forth. And you'll always see how a ladder is moving as long as it's holding these hold levels, right? Even this right here. Let's clear this out. So where are we in time right now? In October? Let's go to the daily and go look at October. Where is October? Right here. So this is where you will see the fractal relevance of this chart. You have, oh, kiddo screaming. You have hold versus break, right? This never even gets touched. Move this up here. You have hold versus break, which is going to be a larger time frame hold of this level here, you see? Because that's the fractal relevance that you have to see on these charts. Well, I mean, the 4 hours is a good chart. You can, but you have to see all time frames. Like you can't just, you have to see what's going on larger picture, of course, because if you're looking at this thing and these are 15-minute candles for all you know, and these, take every part of the move out and you simply are left with just the leg of the bottom and you are left with the valley that brought it there. This could be 15-minute candles for all people care. It doesn't matter. The point being is that the higher level that it's holding is going to constantly hold this move up, right? So even like with Bitcoin, you'd have a leg here, you'd have a leg here. So you fast forward this in time, right? And you simply have this leg here, because once this leg breaks, like this event here doesn't matter, but too many people, they focus on this. This is completely irrelevant what time frame you're on. It's what it's showing you where the move is going. If you're holding a hold level, it means you are not back attacking a leg, which means that you are holding this uptrend. Wherever that uptrend exists on your chart, that means you are holding that. That moment where you, okay, so let's do this properly here. Swing to swing. That moment where you break these trends, if these were just 15-minute candles, and even get rid of this, when you break these uptrends like this, based on not continuing to hold higher hold levels, like you can see it right here, right? You can see this would be the leg of the move right here. Come on, trading view, right? You can even like zoom in. If this can hold, it means this leg was never hit, which means you didn't lose whatever uptrend you created, even across all these fractal uptrends that you have in here and all these different moves like this. Like here, I'll show you. Let's just push forward into some other content a little bit. You have an uptrend there, right? You can see it testing there. You have an uptrend. So you'd have that there. You have an uptrend even here, right? So you can see where these uptrends, they'll break, right? Like you can see these uptrends, they exist on every fractal time frame. This, what you're seeing a couple candles here, is some big, huge, long thing that we've looked at. Like look at BQX right now from 5,400 to 2,000. That's like, oh, it's only happened over 2 weeks or whatever. That's like this cycle right here. So all you're seeing is like a microcycle within it. But inside of that cycle, take away your trends, and you have hold and break levels that are showing you where a move is going long term. Fractally relevant in higher time frames, but you have to see it on all time frames, right? You have to understand that this here was a long-term hold level. So if this can hold against this part of the move, it will move up. Like this is the leg, this is the hold level. You start drawing too far ahead of time, and like everything will break one hold or break level at one point. But you'd have a million levels on your chart if you marked out every single hold and break level. Rather, what you have to do is you have to understand the relevance of this fractally. Just like in this moment here, this would have been the leg against this hold. So if this can hold, it can protect the leg.
Hey everyone, how's it going? As you know, I'm now giving out some of this content for free that I was otherwise charging for the past little while. Yeah, drop a donation, subscribe to the channel, join Patreon. You'll get access to Discord. Great way. Lots of top level traders in there, people who are doing this for a career every single day. So go to Patreon, join a tier, get access to Discord. Go on Reddit, talk about future of trading, talk about the science of trading, talk about cotton candy, socials, everything you can. Let's help this thing grow. It's the way you guys can thank me for giving out this content for free that I was otherwise charging money for. So I'll leave a Bitcoin address on the screen. I'll leave the Patreon address on the screen. Just do something to help out. Okay. Thanks, guys. Take care.